Southern Vangard Radio. This is DJ John Doe, and to the left of me is my man.
40 acres and a mule, cappuccino.
Cappuccino me.
Oh, I'm so tired.
How are you, man?
Hey, man.
What happened?
I could no longer hold out on the yard work, man.
Had to do it. The weather was popping this weekend.
I know the first day of spring was early in the week, but today was the official first day of spring in the SWAT.
So beautiful outside, man. Oh, my goodness.
I had to double up on my allergy medicine and get out there, man.
Were you out there with the mask? Did you have a mask on?
Nah.
See, that's where you fucked up.
Nah, I was good, man. I popped them 2 pills. I was straight. My nose ran a little bit, but it was, you know.
You were okay.
I got it done, man.
So what were you doing? Like mowing and weed eating and
no mowing.
Mowing.
I'm not.
You don't have grass yet.
They're gonna have to send me a letter for me to start my lawnmower up. The HOA is gonna have to send me a letter for me to crank my. It's still too early. I mean, my grass is still brown.
Yeah, mine is too.
My weeds are green, but my grass is brown. So what I was doing today, first I had to fix my extension cord, my not even my extension cord, my power cord. I got one of the good orange ones. And last year on my last cut of the season, I nicked my cord.
Oh, I hate that shit.
I hate that too.
I did that twice last year. That reminds me, I got to get all new extension cords this year for that shit.
Let me get them, man. I fix them, man. I fixed mine today.
Did you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I put the wires back together, taped them back up.
Yeah, that's what
good
I should
to go,
do.
man.
All right.
So I did that. That was the first chore. That was easy. That was in the house. So once I got it done and I tested it and it was cool, I went and got the leaf blower and I got the hedge trimmer and pulled them out first. And it was the first shits I did, right?
Okay.
So then I went and got what looks like the sickle that Booker T. Washington used to clear the grounds at Tuskegee, man. And I did some old school weed whacking, yeah. Pause. I was out there singing old Negro spirituals and shit. And my neighbors was looking. One of my neighbors was out there. He just stood down there with his hand on his hip looking at me for a minute.
Hold on, you were really singing spirit?
Dude, I was out there. Dude, I was out there, man. I was out there. Then I got the...
Can you give us a sample?
Nah, man,
right
you
now?
had to be there.
Maybe episode 203?
Maybe. You had to be there,
Mix
man.
203 this week. Go back to the mix, people. Mix will be singing on Negro spirituals in the fucking mix this week.
But, man, I had to get up the leaves from the fall because, I leave my shit down there. I let everything go back to the earth.
Oh, leaves. Yeah, leaves. Leaves are nature's mulch, man.
Yeah.
That's my approach.
I let everything go back to the earth.
Man.
Everybody else be trying to stay with the HOA ordinance and shit real quick. I let my shit die into the ground.
Yeah, man. Compost.
Yes.
Composting.
Yes, I'm very natural that way. But I did that, man, and was quickly reminded how old I am.
You're an old motherfucker, man.
Man, I had to pop an ibuprofen before I came out here.
Lord.
I was hurting for certain, son.
I got a pass this week. I had a family member or family members in town, and nothing like family in town to
pistola
to give you an excuse to not do shit around the house.
That'll do it.
Plus the basketball tournament was on and shit, so I watched a few games actually. And I took a nap today.
You're starting to get them naps in more and more, man.
I don't know what's happening. Yeah.
I'm liking your style, son.
I am too, man.
I'm liking it.
I just
because you typically do the opposite.
I know.
You
I usually don't.
just run and gun.
But you know what though? I took like too long of a nap. I took a 2-hour nap.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I just feel fucked up after a 2-hour nap. They say when you take like cat naps or whatever, you're really only supposed to take like a 20 or 30-minute nap.
Oh, no, man.
I feel
you
weird,
did
man.
Good,
I wake up and I feel refreshed, but I'm anxious.
Nah.
I don't know why that is.
You're just going to have to do more of it, man. You just got to do that more often.
I got to take more naps.
Yeah, you just got to get used to it. Because sometimes my naps turn into, you know what? I'm just gonna stay in the bed.
Well, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Turn this into bedtime real quick.
Man. Now, don't get it twisted. I was up at fucking 6 a.m. this morning because my son had a fucking 8 a.m. AAU basketball game. We were at
a Sunday?
On a Sunday, bro. We had 3 games this weekend, dude. My weekend has been consumed by 7th grade basketball.
That's crazy.
All weekend. And man, we got spanked.
Well, you deserve that. You deserve that now.
Yeah, exactly.
That's uncalled for.
To say the least.
Yeah, you just made me tired.
Exactly, right. Exactly. So, but anyway, other than that, was good, man. That weather's fucking popping right now.
Yeah, it's out here, man. It's out here, man.
It's beautiful. I love it.
It's out here. You got to get ready for it. That pollen is out there and everything.
Yes, it is.
It's all going down right now.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. All right. So enough of all that shit.
Yeah.
You didn't tune in to hear, Meek get gardening tips from Meeks and I, or
no, you didn't
hear how fucked up our weekend is for a full, half hour or 45 minutes. So if this is the first time you're tuning in, that's usually how the first part of an interview session goes.
Wow.
But the rest of it is much more entertaining. So welcome, to Southern Vangard Radio. We drop twice a week usually. Tuesdays it's a mix show, latest and greatest hip hop, cut up by yours truly. Me and my man Meeks over here just popping shit, and we're drinking beer and bourbon, and eating wrap snacks like clementine oranges and dry roasted lightly salted almonds and.
Man, we're gonna have to get some of the wrap snacks that Pocket got. He over there eating Cardi B chips.
Oh, he's got the hookup.
Yeah, I know. We need that hookup.
Yeah, we do need that hookup.
Wise, I'm gonna give you a call this week, man.
Wise.
We need to send us a couple of cases.
Wise.
I don't know about that Cardi B shit, but I don't want to eat Cardi B.
Pocket loves those damn wrap snacks too, doesn't he?
Yeah, he needs to slow down on that shit, though.
He's gonna gain like 10 pounds eating those fucking wrap snack chips. Anyway, so that's on Tuesdays. We're at episode this week is 203. So like if you've tuned in because you're a fan of the gentleman we're interviewing tonight. Or today or this week, then go back and listen to episode 203. You're going to hear a ton of brand new hip hop. It's usually pretty dope. And on Thursdays, it's an interview session with an MC, DJ, producer, A&R, behind the scenes somebody, some sort of someone that plays a role in this rap shit that we love so much.
No doubt. So
make sure you go and follow on SoundCloud, Mixcloud, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher Radio. Google Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, YouTube is really picked up a lot of steam since Knowledge the Pirate actually posted.
Shouts out to Knowledge.
Yeah, a lot of his content from our interview with him a couple weeks ago was of the YouTube page. So we actually got some comments like, "Yeah, Knowledge sent me here." So so peace to everyone that's checking us out on YouTube.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, we have some other affiliates that get down with us too, Meeks.
No doubt. Right. ATLHipHop.com, although I'm wondering if that's going to turn into NYCHipHop.com.
No, man. Peace to Amir. He's out of here.
Getting up out of here, man.
I know, man. That's
I ain't
crazy.
mad at him. But
one of the first guys I met.
Yeah. ATLHipHop.com is going to be a standard. Return to BoomBap WRBB. I Am Classic, rawradio.net. X Squad Radio, X Squad affiliates, all of those here in Atlanta. And then we venture out to the West Coast with Soul Public Radio.
All right.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, man.
All right. So let's get into this. This gentleman here, what's my nickname for him, Meeks?
Old Chongy.
Old Chongy.
Yeah, he is affectionately known in these parts as Old Chongy.
Old Chongy. Don't ask, man. It's just one of those things that comes out when we've been drinking.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's formerly known as Chong Wizard, DJ Chong Wizard, and he is joining us all the way from Vancouver, British Columbia, in Canada, of all places. Chong, welcome, my man.
Welcome, Chong.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
How are you, dude? Boy, you sound crystal clear.
Crispy.
That's that FaceTime shit we're on tonight.
That's what's up.
I'm doing good. I'm doing real good.
Cool, man.
How are you, dude? What's God? I mean, you've had a really busy past couple of weeks. Why don't we just level set with everyone? Latest version of the Infinity Stone series. Let's just level set with everyone there and talk about that, and then we can get into some history and whatnot.
Yeah, so the Space Stone just dropped. That's the third one in the series. Yeah, it was crazy. We just took it up a notch with this one. I feel like getting the legends on there, the Juice Crew versus Hieroglyphics, was a big deal.
Oh, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Great record
track,
too.
Hell yeah.
It was crazy how it came together. I mean, I've known Craig G for a while. He did an exclusive verse on one of my tapes back in like 2010 or something, and we had never really just reconnected until like last summer. He had found out that I did this Star Wars mixtape, and he was like, he got at me like, how did you not invite me on the Star Wars project? And I was like, oh shit, my bad, Craig G. Like,
my bad, legend.
I'll get you on the next one. So he was super down, and he loved comic books, as you could tell by his verse.
Right.
And at that point, it was just Craig G, and I was just like, what else are we going to do with this? And I had a feeling we were going to get some of the guys from Hieroglyphics. I just didn't know who, and I didn't know what we were going to do with the track because Unjust, the producer, he produces for Hieroglyphics. So we eventually got Opio on there, and then I was just like, how can we turn this into something special, like more than just another song about comic books?
Right.
And then we were like, I came up with the idea like Juice Crew versus Hieroglyphics. Can we get one more member of the Juice Crew on here? Because we could definitely get another member of Hyro because of just Unjust being down with those guys. So,
sure.
Yeah.
We ended up reaching out to Master Ace, and he was down. He heard who was involved, and he was like, yeah, I want in. Like, of course I want in. Like, Craig G's on there, of course.
No doubt.
It just all came together, and it took about 6 months to get that song to come together, but it was worth the wait. Maybe more, maybe 9 months. It was a long time in the making, that track. So
yeah, Meeks and I had a little debate when we saw that. I think when we saw the track listing. Let's see, Meeks, you took Juice Crew. I think I took Hyro on that one.
Yeah,
if it really had to come down to a battle, right?
Yeah, well, that's just youth versus where I am at life.
Right.
Of course, Hieroglyphics. They was popping when you was like 6.
When I was 6. I wish.
I'm Juice. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just wish he had got G-Rap on that motherfucker. Then we wouldn't have had nothing to talk about. We wouldn't have had nothing. Or Kane. We wouldn't have had nothing to talk about. Hell yeah.
I would have loved to have gotten them all on that.
I know, right?
I want to try to do a part 2 where it's Kane and G-Rap versus Dell and Casual. That would be sick.
Oh, Jesus.
Man, speak on it. Speak that into existence.
Yeah, I will speak that into existence.
Man.
No doubt.
That's for real.
That's ill.
Yeah,
man.
we was fucking with this other joint too, the Kryptonians, featuring Killer Cali, Planet Asia, and Rosati.
Yes, Rosati.
Yeah,
we world premiered that. Actually, Chong, thank you, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys playing that.
Yeah,
I'll try to get you guys world premieres when I have new projects coming out. You know what I mean? So,
yes, sir.
This is the place for them, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
That joint just came together. It was supposed to originally just be a Killer Cali solo. He was going to do just a joint called General Zod, kind of like the leader of the bad guy Kryptonians, and and it was just a short verse, and we're just like, okay, that's it. What else can we do with this track? You know what I mean? Like a short verse from Killer Cali wasn't enough. I had to take it up a notch. So Rosati jumped on there, and then for the longest time, Tesla the Ghost from the UK was supposed to get on there, and he was too busy, so he never got on there. And then we're just like, let's solidify this with the OG Planet Asia.
PA.
He was happy to get on there because Killer Cali and Rosati are both his guys, and
sure,
he's always just showed us love. Me and Jordan, we go back with Planet Asia, like we've always showed him love over the years. So
right. What about Hobgoblin, man? How do you know Hobby?
Well, hold on. How long did Kryptonians take to fall together?
About the same time.
Damn. So how long you been working on this project?
I've been working on it since last year. Probably in the spring of last year, and I've so many songs have been recorded for this. Like, not every single song's even going to make it on the project. Only the best of the best. Like,
got you.
After all the vinyl comes out, I might do a bonus collected version with all the extra material too, because there is going to be a lot of leftovers. It's just only 6 songs per piece of vinyl, so there's a lot of other stuff. So
cool. Sorry about that, homie.
No,
Hobgoblin.
Hobgoblin.
I heard him produce a track on one of Code 9 albums, and I was just like, damn, this guy's got beats and his name's Hobgoblin. I have to invite him on.
That's very true.
Project. So
I'm a little slow. I'm just now putting that together.
It had to happen.
So I got at him, and the crazy thing was he was very just excited and open to it, and he sent me beats. And when I started sending them to people, just more and more people were like picking his beats, like, and then he just kept sending more. Like some guys might send one or two, or just be like, you can use one beat only, that's it. But Hobgoblin was just hungry and just bringing that fire, and people kept picking his beats. So
nice,
yeah, man. He did the joint with Fly Anakin as well, right?
Did the joint with Fly Anakin. On the one before that, he did the joint with Husk Kingpin and Smooth.
That's right. Nice. That's right. Yeah, man. He's making the rounds, man. He's moved into my top 5 new guys, like producer wise, for sure. Like I think what sealed it for me was the shit with Jamil Honesty, the Martyr music.
Oh yeah,
that motherfucker right there is just crazy. Yeah. Now this shit with Mav and this shit he's done for you, man. Like that guy's dope.
Yeah, I didn't see it coming because I had only heard like a couple beats from him, like the Code 9, like I think just one really dope track with Code 9.
Right.
He really just took the opportunity and ran with it. A lot of guys don't understand that. Like if you're hungry in this game, you kind of got to take as many opportunities you can to make the best of them, and he really has done that. And I'm happy to see him getting so much love.
Yeah, just do the work, man. You just got to put the work in. Nobody wants to really do that anymore, right? And everybody's always looking for something too, So
yeah.
Chong, was it a no-brainer for you to reel Rob Israel in for the artwork, man, or how did that come about?
I always like to get different artists for my covers. I'm always looking for somebody who hasn't done like any other rap albums usually, or just something that's different.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was thinking of this one, I was just thinking like, I want something that's going to make an impact, that's different, that's going to just grab people. And when I found Rob Israel online, like I found him online like a long time ago, and I just never really thought about using him for a hip hop cover because his style is very like almost heavy metal or punk rock style.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
And I just was like, I like what he does with the pop culture characters, like turning them into crazy monsters. And I decided, look, I want one artist for this series because I wanted to have a uniformed look. And I just picked Rob, and it worked out. I'm happy. I'm very happy with how it looked. I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody can agree that he's just killing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Artwork looks great.
So you've been must have been a comic book fan for a very long time, probably as long as you can remember, right, Chong?
But I was a big comic book fan as a kid, and then when you hit teenage years, you're going to be it was more like the partying and stuff, you know what I mean? Smoking weed, drinking, partying,
right?
And as I got older, into my late 20s, kind of came back to comic books a little bit. I was working as a hip hop journalist for a while there too on Thick Magazine, which was a local hip hop magazine up here with Jordan, who ran that magazine.
Oh, you were at Thick as well. I didn't realize that.
Yeah. And
okay,
we started getting all the comics PDFs from all the labels. Like they would send us advance copies, PDF style, digitally. Marvel, like everything that was coming out. And so at that point, I kind of got back in, and I was reviewing them and everything, and then I fell back off of it for a while, and then something about in the last 3 years or so, I just got back into it, and it's just been very inspirational. You know what I mean? Like I've always loved comics, but getting back into actually buying comics again, it's been fun.
Yeah. What's up with the Infinity Stones concept for those that don't know? Because the joint that just came out was what, the Space Stone, right?
The Space Stone. Well, the Infinity Stones is kind of like the big storyline that's been going on in the Marvel cinematic universe over the last like decade, and they've slowly been building up to this Infinity Wars back-to-back movies. And I just was like, I was looking for a comic book concept when I was doing this. I was actually going to do it just a mixtape, and it was going to be called Enter the Multiverse. And you can hear Craig G say it on that verse. He says, Enter the Multiverse. And that was what the mixtape was going to be called. And then I was like, I can't just do another mixtape. Like, it's not that exciting. Just another, because I've done like 50 mixtapes in my career. Like, just another mixtape. You know what I mean? So I was like, how can I get people excited about this? How can I package it differently? And I somehow just came up with the infinity stones of making each vinyl the stone, like a different color vinyl. Like each vinyl is colored after the infinity stone. There's 6 of them.
Shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll just turn it into EPs.
Yeah, I
think it's easier to digest that way too, because 6 songs at a time is a lot easier than listening to like 20 or 30 songs at once.
So for the consumers out there, when they get that 6th one, would they just turn into dust, or what?
half the rap game turns into dust once I'm done with this project.
That's actually a good thing.
Yeah.
So if that actually happens, Chong, you've done the community a great service.
And we will. What's your man's name that's got the gauntlet right now?
Thanos.
Yeah. You will become Chong Thanos.
Chong is the rap Thanos.
That's right. That's
the game plan. That's the game plan.
Hell yeah. Chong, I heard you mention your prowess on the mixtapes, man, and I saw something that kind of stuck out to me. Took a hiatus in 2011 from music, kind of based around the DJ Drama mixtape raid. We had a show that night. They got raided. You remember that, homie?
I do remember that.
And we was talking.
That was ill.
We was talking shit. Well, I know I was talking shit that night because I got a good laugh off of that shit. I was at my house.
There's a lot of history, Chong.
Yeah.
With all that, it's a long story.
But anyway. I was at my house getting ready for the show and saw that shit pop up on the news. I was like, damn, they took everything. I saw the cars getting put up on the tow trucks and shit. That shit was crazy. Like, how did seeing that or even knowing about that news story affect what you were doing back in 2011?
I don't think that really affected me. I think when the guy who wrote that story kind of tied it into that, but definitely there was a time in that era where just mixtapes started dying and people stopped buying CDs, and people were scared. I was never really that scared because I wasn't like on that level of DJ drama where like I wasn't selling hundreds of thousands of mixtapes in retail stores, and
which is what got them caught up in the first place.
You know what I mean? I was moving units, but nothing like that, so I wasn't that worried about it. It just got to the point where people stopped buying CDs, and it just naturally slowed down, and it wasn't as exciting for me, and I didn't know where to go with it at that point, I think. And it was also a time in my life where I was like, okay, at 2000, I think it was 2011, I turned 31, and just even turning 30, I think in the rap game, you start to look around and think like, okay, like, what am I doing here? What am I going to do? You know what I mean? Am I going to be a DJ for the rest of my life? Am I going to just be up in the clubs like 20 years from now as a 50-year-old DJ? I was like, I can't do that. You know what I mean? I could, but I don't know if it's going to work. So I took a break just to kind of get my life together. I met my wife, kind of settled down for a few years. And then it was just like the itch of doing projects got to me. It was like, I have to make projects. Like, that's what I do. I make mixtapes. I make hip hop projects. It doesn't matter if I'm like performing or making a living off of it. I have to just do it. You know what I mean? I got to put shit out. Like, I'm too creative.
That's why this shit exists, Chong. That's why this shit exists.
Story of our lives, man. Yeah, man.
As you can tell,
it's just the love of it's. You know it is. It's the love of hip hop. You got to keep doing it because that's what you love doing. You can't.
And I'm like you, Chong. I just like to create. Like since my first time out the gate, like I did everything for the record. Like my first time out, I kid you not, I was on production. I wrote the rhymes. I came up with the artwork concept. All of that shit. We went through disc makers. I was the one talking to the disc maker personnel. Yeah. Like, we want this, and we want it this way, and we want it this way, and send the proofs to me, and I'll approve everything. Like, once I did that first time out, it's just something that's inside me, man. I have to do it. You know?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man.
I know all about that.
Yeah.
All the whole process. You know what I mean? Definitely. You gotta be hands on. Gotta be hands on.
I love it, man.
So Chong, you're kind of interesting, like these days to me, in that you're kind of in a lane where, when a DJ comes out with a call it a producer compilation, or basically kind of does what you like. You're like actually kind of executive producing, where you're bringing in the producer, you're bringing in the MCs. You know, there aren't a lot of folks that are really kind of doing that, or if they are doing that, they're not they're just not giving the folks, you know, the credit on the production side of things, in my opinion, that they should be. So, I mean, you just enjoy that part of it, or like, what's the?
Yeah, okay. I enjoy that part of it. I mean, I think a lot of guys have too big of an ego to really put the spotlight on other people, and it's like, I'm getting older, and it's like I still have a full-time job, so it's hard for me to make enough beats all the time to be able to do this. And I think also with these compilations, it's like, if it was just one producer, the entire project, it would get boring and repetitive, no matter how dope that producer was. Like, I mean, I make the occasional dope beat, but I don't make enough dope beats on a regular basis to supply that much. You know what I mean? And diversity, right? Like, I don't want it to all sound exactly the same. You know?
Yeah. There's a skill in that, though, like being able to actually bring the producer in, the MCs. And even though you want diversity from a sound standpoint or sonic standpoint, being able to actually have a theme, you know, from an auditory, you know, kind of standpoint is, you know, not everybody can do that, man. A lot of people would just slap fucking 6 songs together and like do the art and like call it a day, man. But I gotta say, like, all of your projects have like, they definitely have like, you know, your touch and kind of your curation. People use that word a lot now, but it's a real talent, man.
I feel like I'm the director or like the producer from a movie standpoint, not so much like producer as a beat maker, but as the guy producing the whole project. So
Chong Scorsese.
Chong Scorsese. Dude,
exactly. And it's difficult because like dealing with this many people, it's not easy. I'll tell you that now. Like, you know how rappers and producers, everyone's got egos and just trying to get people on the same page. And, you know, it can be stressful, quite stressful, to be honest with you. But it's
so your patience
is part of the making it, right?
Your patience is a major part of who you are, right?
It must be.
Definitely. Yeah, that's one of my strong suits for sure. I'm just chill. I'm so chill. So it's like, you know, if I'm mad, you really fucked up.
I think I met another brother of mine, man, up in British Columbia. Yeah, man. It's another brother of mine right there, man. Yeah. I'm telling you. Hell yeah.
What about the other joints on the Space Stone? Let's see. We got Ty Ferris on this joint. No. No, wait, is Ty on this? I'm thinking about the Sage Infamous shit. Hold on.
Ty was on the Reality Stone.
That's right, the Reality Stone. That's right.
Ty and Recognize Ali was on that one. As far as the Space Stone, one of the interesting tracks was the one with Razcast's Sons. I really liked that, how that came together, because Jordan was like, yo, we should get Razcast's Sons to do a Super Sons track. And I was kind of like, yeah, maybe.
Right.
I wasn't sure. Right. And then when I was going through like the beats that we kind of had option wise, I came across the Vic Grimes beat, and I sent that one and a few other beats. And I was like, when they picked the Vic Grimes beat, I started to have a good feeling about the track. I was like, okay, I think this suits kind of the track that we're going for. And they pulled it off. So I got to give credit to those guys and to Jordan for actually thinking of the idea. That was him.
Nice.
For anybody who doesn't know Jordan Commandeur, he's the homie from back in the day. He's a hip hop journalist, and I've been down with him for like 15, 20 years because I used to do the rap journalism thing too. And he lives up here, so it's just one of those things. So
yeah, Jordan's responsible for basically the past month of interviews here at Southern Vanguard Radio.
He is.
Yeah, he locked our calendar down. Yeah, it's overnight, basically.
It's crazy because a few years ago, I got him and I was like, he was writing for Mass Appeal, and I told him like, look, there's this whole new lane of underground rappers and artists that you got to check out. And he'd heard a couple of the names, but he wasn't really up on everybody. I started putting him up on Griselda, the Winners, just all these guys, and he started covering them. And then it just snowballed. And then he got really into it and started putting me up on guys. And we started networking and building all these dudes. And it just, it became its own new underground. It was crazy.
No doubt.
Yeah, it is crazy.
Chong, what's your take on all of that? Because we've been kind of blown away by it. Just the fact that I think the thing for us is that with these newer cats being so young, they could easily be doing something totally different with the music, but they do it the way we do it for the most part. What's your take on it?
I like it, man. I'm glad that people are doing that sound, that underground sound. And I don't think it's just young guys. There's a lot of dudes that are actually fairly old, but I think either have just hit their peak or have just, it was just the right time and the right sound, and people have kind of just developed it, right? I mean, I don't know what it is like, but it's a great new underground. I was telling people that it reminds me of the early 2000s when you had like the Company Flows and the Anticons and the Living Legends and that kind of movement. And this kind of reminds me of that too, where it's kind of got its own sound. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's wild, man. I don't think when Meeks and I started this mix show, you know, I don't think we had any idea kind of like what we were going to end up putting ourselves in the middle of, but because we started this about 2015.
Well, we didn't talk about none of it.
We just started doing it. But I mean, like it's kind of crazy, man. Like the timing, like how it all kind of worked out, because I feel like 2013, 2014, and 2015 is really those were kind of the foundational years of kind of this, I don't know, rebirth or renaissance or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
For quite a while, like
you
know, like as far as a lot of good hip hop coming out, there was quite a few years there where it's just not that much happening. Yeah. And there wasn't a lot of new guys coming out, you know what I mean? But the last 3 years, especially, it's been just endless albums. Like, you can't keep up with it.
Yeah.
That much good hip hop.
Oh, we know.
Yeah.
We know. we know. Dude,
you guys do a good job though. You're playing all the dope shit.
Well, we try, man. We try.
It's just so much.
I appreciate that. Yo, Chong, talk to us about your relationship with Chris Crack, man. I mean, he had a hell of a week last week when, you know, Madlib or the Madlib account fucking popped up and started talking crazy about Chris Crack. And, I mean, what's your relationship with Chris, man?
Well, Chris Crack, him and Vic Spencer did a really dope song for my Star Wars mixtape in 2017. And I just started building with them after that. And I wanted to do an album with Vic Spencer, but he was just so booked and so busy at the time, so many people getting at him, that I was like, that's cool. And just started talking to Chris Crack, and Chris Crack liked my beats a lot more than Vic Spencer at the time. So Chris Crack we started working on an album, and we're still working on that album, but because he's picky about his beats. He's very selective and very particular how he works. He didn't even tell me like which beats he picked for like half a year. Like he'd react to some, but he wouldn't tell me like, okay, I'm using this. It would just be like, whatever you want. I'm just keep sending you beats. You know what I mean? So we got an album almost done. It's about half done. Nice. It's crazy though. Like
nice.
And
but you put out one of his records, right? Didn't you put out like what?
I put out 2 of his albums because I was so shocked at how talented the guy is. Like I was like, this guy might be one of the most talented rappers out right now. Like his sound, I just love his sound. It's original. So I was like, you're putting out a lot of dope albums, but only digitally. So why don't I put them out for you physically? And he was like, yeah, man, sure, let's do it. And he was cool about it.
Wow.
And we just
Chong, what's your lane with the physicals, man? Because I hear your merch game is top notch. What's the deal with you and being able to suggest to a talented guy like that to let you do the physicals of his shit?
I think he just trusts me because I was championing his sound for so long, and he just, you know, the first one we did, we sold it and paid him, and he was, you know, he knew I did real business, so I wasn't trying to scam him.
Okay. Right. So what's the label?
There's no label at this point, but that's what I'm about to start. I'm thinking about starting Chong Wizard Records. You know what I mean?
Shit!
Keeping it the brand. You know what I mean? Because my
hey man, what you said? What's the address for demo submissions, man?
You know where to get. But with the physicals, I just always want to put out a high quality product. Like the music has to be dope, obviously. Yeah. The art has to be dope.
Yeah.
The packaging has to be dope, and the customer service too, because I'm a fan too, and I know as a fan what I want, so I just make the shit that I want, and hope that other people want what I want. You know what I mean?
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Chong, what's up with Sage Infinite and Road Data, man? Let's talk about those guys real quick.
Road Data.
I'm sorry, Road Data.
He's my OG
some southern
homie.
Data.
Road Data, whatever you want to call him, but Road Data is what I call him. He's just a beast on the beats. Like, he's been doing it for a long time. Like, I think he's been doing it since the 90s, but I met him in the early 2000s.
Okay.
He was producing for my homies up here. We had a crew called 108, 108 Records.
Okay.
And we were just like crazy battle MCs, and we were really prolific. Like, we just record song after song every day. And after a while, it just kind of like those guys stopped doing music on the regular, but Rodata, he still had the fire beats. And just been reaching out to him, like, we got to get you like working. Like, let me get you with some MCs and get you on these projects. So the next couple Infinity Stones, Rodata is gonna be all over them. And,
okay, cool.
Good looking out, Chong.
With the Sage album, that was kind of like an introduction. Like, okay, I want to introduce you to the game because I'm gonna keep putting your records out. And this is going to be the introduction. And Sage Infinite's just, he's very slept on and he's sick. Like, whole Winter's crew is dope, but Sage is one of the members that's kind of slept on. So their styles worked out together.
Cool, yeah, no doubt.
Yo, Chong, tell me about this Edo mixtape, man, because I'm still fucking with Edo and Muggs. The album they just put out recently.
Yeah, Hell's Roof.
Man, what's the story behind this Edo mixtape you just did?
The Edo mixtape was just like a promotional mixtape that was coming out with limited edition magazine, which Jordan is the writer of the entire magazine, and Loretta Records puts out the magazine.
Okay.
And both those people are my homies, so I said, I'll do a promotional mixtape featuring like the artists that are going to be featured in the magazine and just some of the people that we fuck with. And reached out, got some exclusives, some of the guys, and Edo hosted it and just knocked it out real quick.
Yeah, that's dope. Good timing on that too, man. He's hot as shit right now, man. Holy shit, that fucking Muggs joint is out of this world.
Yeah, that's a dope album, man.
Oh, yeah, God.
Absolutely.
Crazy.
Yep.
Well, Chong, what else you want to speak on, man? You got anything else you want to talk about, or got anything you can kind of hip us to that may be around the corner? We know you got 3 other volumes of the Infinity Stone series coming, but
yeah, we got the 3 more volumes of the Infinity Stones, and then after I'm done that, I'm gonna try to finish the album with Chris Crack. I've also got an album in the works with Zilla Rocca out of Philadelphia. You guys know Zilla Rocca?
Yes, we played a couple joints on the show over the past year or so, or 18 months or so.
Yeah, he works with Small Professor and those guys.
Okay.
Burley Castro.
Yeah,
we've known each other for a while, and we're both kind of in the same stuff. He's another comic book head guy.
Okay.
And he's easy to work with, and he's a chill guy. So I was like, yeah, let's just fucking do the EP. So
okay, all right, cool.
I'm fully producing that. I'm fully producing the Chris Crack one.
Okay.
Planning on doing an album with Lord Juco as well.
Okay. Oh, you're busy,
man. A couple of guys
You're busy.
Oh, real busy. And you wouldn't believe the amount of people reaching out to me that want to work right now. But it's like, I'm just like, guys, let me finish the Infinity Stones and then we'll see.
Right. Yeah. Gotcha. All right. That's a good problem to have, man.
Hell yeah.
I know.
Hell yeah.
Especially for just wanting to get your toes, dip your toes in the water again after taking a little break.
Yeah, man.
It got crazy quick. When I first dropped the first Infinity Stones, people didn't go crazy over it. You know what I mean? It took 6 months to sell out. Second one took a month and a half to sell out.
Okay.
Third one, 6 days to sell out.
Okay.
God damn, man.
So you on the run right now. Yeah, man. You got them on lock right now.
I had to rebuild the name and get people excited about the project.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so you got to keep striking while it's hot.
They're demanding represses right now. I'm just like, I can't even press it fast enough right now.
That's awesome, man.
That is awesome.
Again, man, where do I send my demo? I got to get in on this shit, man. Like,
you got the email.
All right. There it is.
Word.
There it is.
Well, Chong, thank you, man. Real quick before we wrap up, why don't you tell everybody where they can check you on all your socials, and more importantly, where they can go spend some bread to support what you got going on. That'd be great.
Yeah, just Chong Wizard on Bandcamp, Chong Wizard Instagram, DJ Chong Wizard on Twitter. Those are the places pretty much.
All right, cool. Yeah, you can put in Chong Wizard and basically everything pops up. You don't have to worry about getting confused there.
Yeah.
So cool, man. All right, my brother. Well, thank you very much, man. Right. Chong Wizard, y'all.
Chong Wizard.
What's up? Appreciate y'all.
Thank you,
appreciate
my man.
you, man.
Thank you for having me.
Enjoy
on.
the rest of your evening.
You got it.
I'm gonna hit y'all some exclusives soon, later this month.
Yes, sir.
We got you covered, man. Don't even worry about it.
You know where to send it.
All right.
All right, my man. Have a good one. Peace.
You too. Peace.
All right, there you go. Old Chongy.
Old Chongy came through real quick with the crispy clean interview session.
We didn't get you don't get the little
Nah, you don't get that. You don't get that. But that's cool. That's cool. We probably could put it in there if we wanted to. I kind of feel like people like that at the end of that shit. But nah, that was real cool, man. Man, this shit is alive and well.
Oh, man, it's great. It's great to be a part of it, man. I love that shit.
We all over the place, man.
All over the world, man.
Let's get it, man. Let's keep going.
Twice a week, twice a week meeks, twice a week dough.
Yo, that shit's taking on a whole new meaning.
What's that?
The twice a week shit. We get ready to do another.
I know. Oh, you know what? It's a good point. Look, y'all. The next couple of weeks are going to be a little crazy because your boy Doe here is going to be traveling across the country a couple of times. So
on his Elvis shit, Viva Las Vegas.
Yeah, exactly. So actually, I'll be in Vegas for a couple of weeks in April. Might be in LA for a weekend if it works out. So y'all holler at me. I'm up for whatever. Just make sure you bring some bourbon.
Yeah.
And April's going to be a little nuts, but Meeks and I have been putting in overtime trying to make sure that we give you that twice a week shit.
Yeah.
Every week.
We're going to keep it going.
Yes, sir.
Southern Vangard Radio, southernvangard.com, DJ John Doe, Cappuccino Meeks, twice a week Meeks, twice a week Doe, Southern Vangard Radio, South in your motherfucking mouth. We out.
Hey.